Hello YouTubers. It's just a sad day. Yesterday I was driving and one of my Mb Quart speakers here, the Q-Line series here from back in the day. If you don't believe me, it says it right there, made in Germany. But anyways, on this door over here, while I was driving, and I was bassing and all that, somehow it basically rattled one of the screws loose on the speaker. Wire came undone and arced out on my door. And before I could do anything about it, basically, because what ended up happening is like, the speaker was just going crazy, just flopping around, going crazy like that. And no matter what I did, it wouldn't stop until it basically blew. And that's why it's a sad day. It decided to fry on me. I couldn't save it, unfortunately. A little history about these speakers, since a lot of people don't know about these speakers here. These are from I believe it's the early or mid 90s, I think, basically, and this is back when these were built in the US by Rockford, back when Rockford was very sought after, unlike today. But yeah, it's basically back when everything was hand built here in the US, you know, when everything was ungodly expensive too because of that. But I mean, these speakers are the best speakers I've ever had and I've ever heard. I mean, they don't look like there's much to them, you know. So, you know, I mean, you can see in my one video that I made of these, by looking at this, you wouldn't expect it to have that kind of excursion like it showed in the video. My God, I mean, the speaker's tiny if you look at it. You know, it's got the little neo magnet on it here. You know, basically it looks kind of very similar to the Polk SR 6500s today. Now they have a nice little tiny little basket on there. But these speakers will blow your freaking mind, and they're still not cheap today. Especially if you find them online and somebody has a brand new pair of them, brand new in the box, which is really the only way you would want to buy them, because you wouldn't really want to buy them used, taking the chance that somebody else has screwed them up. But even today, they're like $700 for a brand new set of speakers that, you know, are like 20 years old. You know, they're very high quality. I got some other things to show you here. These right here are the Polk Audio SR 6500 series tweeters. This one here reads 3.0. That one's fine. This one, on the other hand, reads 1.5 on a good day. So it's semi-fried. They sound really, really pretty good. Pretty good. Not as good as the MBs, but of course another thing you gotta take into consideration is the MBs are a titanium tweeter. A lot of people don't like the titanium tweeters because they tend to be very bright. But honestly, when you have a lot of bass, that's one way you can basically cut through the bass. These right here are some old diamonds. The DTK whatever, I can't fucking think of them, but the person who I bought these Mb Quarts off of sent me some Alpine Type R 6x9s and these tweeters right here. But these tweeters, they worked alright, but they ended up blowing real quick. So that shows Diamond Audio's quality. Other ones I have here. This is another reason you don't buy new stuff nowadays. This here, for those of you who don't know, this is an Mb Quart wide sphere 40mm tweeter. It comes with the PVI 6.5-inch component sets that you can buy online from Maxonics, which is the company that bought out Mb Quart and then make their products now. And it is definitely not the same. I used to sit there and say they were, you know, but I had never actually heard the old school Mb Quart at that time, so I thought they were the greatest thing ever. But after hearing these, there's no doubt in my mind that these don't hold a fart in the wind to them. I mean, they sound good, don't get me wrong, but you can just tell the quality difference between these and the old school Signature Series titanium. There's just, it's like a no comparison deal. What do I have in here? I have an abundance of crap right there, as you can see. All kinds of tools and everything in here. Yeah. Oh, for all of you who don't know what this is the Phoenix Gold APU 44, which is basically the bass knob for the old school amplifiers. Because as you know, I love the old school Phoenix Gold Titanium Series amplifiers. Once again, another brand that proves how the difference between, you know, old school quality versus the new stuff. You know, back then everything was hand built, like with Rockford and Mb Quart. It was hand built, and Phoenix Gold, you know, they always prided themselves on showing the guts of their amplifiers. The Titanium series was one of my personal favorites. It was, you know, back when I first got started, I found old school, well, at that time it wasn't really old school, but at that time it was still fairly new, I guess. But I just happened to find a Phoenix Gold Titanium, what was it, 400.2, I think is what it is. It's a smaller one. And I hooked that up to some Kicker Comp VRs, which were the old school ones, the ones with the flame down in the middle of them, and the cone was gray. Very good speakers back then, or subwoofers I should say back then. It pushed those things to the limits. I mean, they were sounding so incredible, and it was only hooked up to that little tiny amp. And then out of curiosity, I decided to hook those up to some 6x9s, some Pioneer 6x9s. And never in my life had I heard such rich sound from any speaker. That amplifier just really got me hooked on those. That's why I still today collect those and tell everybody to purchase those, because they are very, very amazing. You got to make sure though who you buy them from isn't some dumbass that, you know, the amp's pretty much been destroyed, so to speak. Like I bought from a guy on eBay, and the front channels of the amp were fine. The rear channels, on the other hand, the frequency, there was something wrong with the frequency knob on it, where if you tried to turn the frequency knob down all the way, you'd just get this high-pitched squealing sound constantly until you turned it up, and then it would stop. And that just pissed me off. But my 500.4 that I got online is perfect, and it makes all my speakers in here just sing. I mean, they sound fucking amazing. I know a lot of you, if you're listening to this, I appreciate it. I know I'm like rambling a lot. I'm just trying to help a lot of you out there who want a good sound stage, as far as good quality stuff that you can buy the first time, so you don't have to keep buying stuff over and over and over. You know, you just save up the money and buy this good stuff that you can get online. You just gotta be careful, of course. And like I said, once again, these right here. Now the woofer itself, the mid-range itself, is a QWD 160, but the actual set is called the QSD 216, and that's the 6.5-inch components from back in the day. They also have the 210, the QSD 210, which is the 5.25-inch ones, which are the same as those, but obviously they're just the 5.25s. If you can find those, I guarantee any of you, as long as you hook them up to a good amplifier like I have, you will just enjoy years and years of great sound. You'll hear the music the way it's supposed to be heard. And really, that's all I'm trying to get across to everybody is I just want everybody to understand. In my years, I've been doing this now for probably, I started back when I was like freaking 18. I'm 32 now. A lot of you don't know how old I am. I just told you. I'm 32 now. And in my 14 years of doing this, you know, those have been the best sounding speakers, and those Phoenix Gold amplifiers have been the best sounding amplifiers. So, good luck with y'all. If y'all have questions, please ask. Don't be afraid to ask me. I love questions. If you're going to post bad, you might as well save your time because I'll just erase you. But yeah, y'all can let me know. I'm going to make some more videos here of my setup now. So until then, peace out.